This past weekend, I was part of a retreat team over at Sacred Heart for a college retreat. It's kind of an introductory to retreats or college ministry, if you will. It's called Seekers. And part of that retreat program for about an hour on Saturday afternoon involves they call it the question box, asking the priests on the weekend any question they wanted to. And of course, my college team members quickly went to Google to look up all these obscure little questions as to who was the 16th Pope and what was his dates and what was his mother's maiden name and things like that. And we had other general questions, but for the most part, it was real questions of faith that they had. I said, gee, I've always wanted to know. And one of the questions that was interesting, I found, that came from one of the students was, where is everybody? Where is everybody? We have all these college roommates and other people she's come across that she's come to know are Catholic, but they somehow get lost going from the cafeteria to Mass on Sundays. By the way, Mass is right next to the cafeteria on campus. And we should be getting about 2,000 students for Mass. We're not. But where are they? Similar comment we hear in our parishes, isn't it? Where are they? The reason why is actually pretty easy. The solution, not so easy. The reason, we're not relevant. We're not relevant in the lives of so many people. Now, as we gather here today, we know that that's not exactly true. We know the relevancy of faith in our lives, of the Lord in our lives. If not, we wouldn't be gathering here at 7:30 in the morning to give praise and worship to God. Yet somehow we have failed, the collective we, the body of Christ, have failed to make ourselves relevant as we have in the past. We've failed to engage the culture with the words of the gospel. We've failed to invite others to join us at the table. Solution's a little bit more complicated, but there are some simple steps. Among them, as we're reminded today, is to be Christ inviting others to this table. Bishop DeCunha last week, one of his comments to the priests was, not only are we a church that welcomes, we need to be a church that reaches out. Yes, to the poor and the downtrodden and those who are struggling, but also to our neighbors, to our family, and to the stranger. We need to be Christ. We need to have that attitude of Christ, as Paul calls us in this first reading, and then we need to go out as servants of that Christ to invite all we meet to this table, to invite all we meet to come to know of the presence and love of God, and help them to recognize what Christ is indeed at work in their lives and in our